Aloha and Twibs, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today is Saturday, and actually I'm up in a town close to Aloha, Colorado for a friend of ours' wedding, and we're staying in a hotel that actually has a drive-in right outside of it. So you can actually, they pipe the sound right into your room. It's part of the thing when you stay here, so at night when they turn on the screen, you can see it from your room. And tonight we're staying in this room, and I'm going to sit on this bed and I'm going to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on that movie screen and listen to it in my hotel room. How cool is that? So this is a Movie Monday, and we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why don't you guys take a peek at the trailer, and we'll talk about it when you get back.
This is our city. That's what I'm talking about. Like shadows in the night, completely unseen. How's that? It's a camera flash.
Alrighty, anyway, there you go. That was a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this isn't going to be spoiler filled, and it's not going to be a very long review because, quite simply, I didn't like it. Very weak villains, very contrived story and plot lines. The major happening that is going to, that the bad guys are trying to do and the good guys are trying to stop. It's so like basically contrived. It's hard to feel fear for it, like it was actually going to happen. So the Shredder character was just terribly done, completely just kind of overlooked as far as him being like the super horrible, crazy villain of the story. I was leaving myself open to how they were maybe going to interpret the backstories or the histories of these characters. Even in the very first movie that was made back in the 80s, and even some of the cartoons that have happened since then. I kind of like some of the histories and some of the origins of these characters, that how they've how they've come to be. I'm not trying to really compare it to the last movie, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the writing, I didn't like the story, I didn't like the plot. I really didn't even like the action sequences. I mean, the special effects were great, but just like the action sequences, I just didn't. The whole thing in the mountains and the snow just wasn't very exciting. I just didn't get it. Really, the only things that I did like about this movie were, surprisingly enough, and no one's more surprised than I am about this little tidbit, was that Megan Fox was pretty decent as April O'Neil in this. She was annoying, and she was supposed to be. She's an investigative reporter, so she keeps putting herself in these situations that she has to be rescued out of, or she just happens to be around the bad things that are happening because she's trying to report on them. So I got that like annoying persistence from her. So way to go, Megan Fox. And she was still good to look at in this movie. Really, the only things that I could pick out of this whole movie that I actually enjoyed was the characterizations that the voice actors brought to the actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When the character designs came out for this movie, I didn't like them. I still don't. I don't like them. I think they're just a little too human in the face and not turtle enough. And they made them huge. I don't know how ninja and stealthily like you can be when you're a gigantic turtle. The banter between the brothers, the voices that they did, the characterizations that really did come across from the voiceover work, and Noel Fisher's portrayal of Michelangelo was awesome. Michelangelo is my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle of the group of the four. It always has been. The comedic, goofy guy, and I think he nailed it. I thought it was awesome. Michelangelo was dope in this movie. I just didn't like it. I didn't like any of the backstory. I didn't like any of the criminals. Action was good. The turtle voices, personalities were good. Still not a fan of the design of the actual turtle. Disappointing. And the biggest thing is, Michael Bay didn't direct this movie, but you can feel the Bay influence. He was an executive producer in this movie, and I felt like this movie was basically Transformers It's very Transformers-ish, except they're, instead of giant robots, you have giant turtles. Mutated teenage turtles. Who happen to be ninjas. That's just the feeling I get from it. So, I guess if that's what you want, you'll get that out of this movie. That's not what I wanted, so... just didn't dig it, man. Can't say, can't like them all. Peace out, interwebs. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.
2, 3,
Karate.
4, yeah, 5, 6,
Go.
7,
Learn from book.
8.
Yeah, man. I know 4 ninjas that learn ninjutsu from a book.